You could take the canal.
Apparently that's really tough now too. You got to pack two very hungry Panamanians on your boat and feed them for about a week. I'll have to talk to Oriole about that.
Yeah, he's from Panama.
Yeah.
Says he lives very close to the canal. Or the coast. I can't remember.
Well, he can probably get a pretty good job as piloting boats across the canal.
That's true.
Still moving north, are you on it?
But he'd rather be here doing science, because it's cool.
That's
So
Atalanta looking straight at the structure that I'm looking at.
So we're getting near the top, and that looking at the down cam. Well, actually looking at.
Well, we're only 13 meters off bottom. We
Yeah,
haven't been going
there's
But I think
if I come up at all, Steve, we're totally lost in the black smoke. So what we're doing right now, Lynette's moving.
I'm just looking at that smoker right there and thinking that we had sampled that before, but if you were that low, then I don't know.
I don't know. If I come up not very far, I get lost in the plume.
How tall is Dante?
It's taller than Grotto itself, but
This is 16.2.
Atalanta is 17 meters above Herc, and you see two targets directly ahead of Atalanta. So the first one is the structure we're on now, and the second one is the one behind that.
Also,
so the second one that's behind it, or north of it, is Hulk.
Yeah.
Which was our second target.
So,
so that's
we're on
I wanted
Dante
to talk
and
to you
Hulk's
about,
behind
Steve.
it.
They may be too close.
This is a good thing, because yeah, if you
remember
look at,
we didn't find it.
Well, this is Mbari's map.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Oh, it's wrong. Okay, well that's good to know. Do we have a map that shows Hulk? Because it's not on this map.
The one we built. The one we built clearly shows that the two big guys. Hulk is big.
So are they close together? Could this be?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's how we missed it last time.
Yeah, we can see it on the.
Remember, we went looking for it, and we went to Gremlin and all these other names that we had.
So there's going to be two really close together.
Those
and
are.
You're saying this is Hulk.
That's right.
Okay, because in.
See, remember we went way up here looking for it.
Yeah.
Because we just thought this was one bump.
Yeah,
You and I were doing that.
No, I remember that.
And I said it can't be that far.
Yeah, this is
Coming
a couple meters.
But so okay, that's why is that the Mbari map is not what we use.
It's not Mbari's. It's just
their interpretation of.
The Mbari map shows the topography. Then a million other people put where Hulk is on their nav on that topography or bathymetry.
Okay.
And that could be all over the place. Just like our stuff is never where we say
yeah,
we
just
put
because we don't have Hulk listed here, and the Hulk coordinate that they have on HiPAC was way up here.
Exactly. That was we were pushed by that, and we didn't see this gap here.
Right.
So we went. Oh, it's just north of.
Okay, well that's great. Then we'll take the two gas sites right here. So we're getting Atalanta up here, and that'll give us access to both.
Yeah. Well, we'll take a look at the whole thing, and we can change our mind if we wanted to, but I don't know why we would. But just if it's really hard to do. I mean, what the other targets here would be North Tower itself. We know that one. We know what's on top of that roughly. Do we, Dan? What's your sense of the currents? Are they north or south? Basically, that's the two that.
I didn't get a good sense. It's like there's no current right now. I came up and I didn't see the smokers blowing at all. But based on what we're looking at here, maybe to the north. But our tether's not really like blowing off.
So it's maybe it's hard to tell for you because you're getting basically sucked towards.
Yeah.
Towards fences where your currents are.
Trying to suck me in, but I'm not seeing our tether blow off, and I didn't see like at the top of this little smoker here, I didn't see it, telltailing off.
Because sometimes then you can line yourself up on the other side of the current and sort of get the.
Yeah. Kind of looks like the particles in Atalanta are moving that way.
But Atalanta's moving.
Is it? I thought we were stopped.
No, we're moving.
So that would mean it would be south then, according to you, Jake?
Well, it depends if Atalanta's moving. But
you're looking at Atlanta. Atlanta's the little arrow, right? Okay, that's still south. Is
Are
that
we still
correct?
moving north?
Yeah, that's Atalanta.
The ship is stopped.
You're waiting for Atalanta, or is it not moving?
It hasn't been moving much.
Yeah, we're trying to get to the, we're trying to get Atalanta here.
Okay.
Well, see, this would be a really nice one to take, but it's probably hard to park here.
No, it's easy to park here.
Well, let's recall, let's call this the target, and when we've finished our little tour,
Survey. Nav, can you drop a
and you'll get to watch your little palm worms.
Potential gas tight location.
Go wide, video.
You want to target here?
Yeah, just to remind us that we could come back for a gas tight if we don't find anything else.
Anna, you can go wide, please. That's good. It's
Potential.
Uh-huh.
It's possible, or it's potential.
So the reason we're taking gas tights here is there's quite a long history from way back of sampling before there was, our installations in here at Grotto, sampling Hulk and Dante. And in fact, Dante was where the acoustic scintillation was first deployed.
Okay.
So when I get, yeah. Or you can just
Right,
keep,
about
you can just
20
keep going north. North
Just
is
straight
fine.
north?
Yeah, let's just.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
Or
do you
you can
determine
we're not
angle
going to
a
get
little.
there then.
what's a good gas tight sample?
Yeah, you can angle a
area?
little.
How do we know
North
we're
of
not?
045,
No, like-
somewhere in between.
What
We don't want
makes
to
a
get
good gas
Atlanta
tight
too
sample?
close to here, because that
Second
what's
question.
Yeah, like when you're
Up
looking
there
at
yet?
smokers and stuff like that, like
how
do you
I'm
decide, like
concerned
looking
that
at
it'll
that one
put
then,
it in the
how
smoke and we won't be
did
able to see
you-
Herc.
Bridge nav.
just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Good morning. Can we have 20 meters 020, please? Thank you.
So you're basically, the reason things turn into the smoky color is is when the fluid that's coming, from basically deep from the seafloor hits oxygen. So you kind of look for something that maybe even has like a nice bottom that is a little bit clear at the bottom and turning to smoke. So you know that it's really hot, and it's the fluid coming from the seafloor that hasn't mixed with seawater yet.
Oh, okay.
So the lower temperature stuff is mixed with seawater, and then all the black smoky stuff is building this vent inside the vent, because there's places where the water comes into the vent.
Burned fish.
And so you get that circulation, and that's basically building the vent itself. So you're looking for the black smoker, because it's just hitting the oxygen. As soon as it hits oxygen is this magical compound that makes all reactions happen. Not all reactions, but it's really good for making reactions happen. And you want to get the actual composition of the fluid that's coming into the oxygenated waters. And then we compare that to the samples we took on that CTD cast.
Look at that photo. How cool is that?
Wow, that's really cool. Nice job.
I'll have to get the...
Thanks, Steve.
What's that?
Look at that photo. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Fabulous sent that about the camera placement. That's a great photo.
Which one's that? That was when we placed...
This is where we're scouting out the camera location. Atalanta was way down.
Oh, wow.
So you got
That's
like,
Atlanta took that?
must
No, that's
the old
our
camera.
camera. Our camera took that.
Oh, he went through our camera.
So it came around that place. The Herc was looking right at the wall that we
This
had
was in
bars on.
2021.
Right.
Oh, that's an awesome photo, though.
No, it's
So
the best, our best, I think. That
21, did we have Atalanta, or we have?
No,
No,
the
it's-
picture he's looking
it
at
came
is
from my. It came from our cameras.
Oh,
It's
Our
just a picture
camera.
of Herc, so I assumed it was.
Oh,
Atalanta,
so
but then I saw the timestamp.
taking
It was
selfies
2021.
of ourselves?
we posed it.
Yeah.
I think you were there. We posed it. We came around that corner where
Oh, that's super
Yeah.
Bars was, and we took pictures of at Hercules.
Yeah, I remember taking selfies.
Is this the top
Total
of
posing.
Dante here?
No.
No.
So Dante has an awful lot of
Come down, Jake.
Coming down.
Or come
Life
down
on
and
it.
light up Dante
yeah.
with Atalanta there.
'Cause didn't you say, AJ, it was like 16 meters? Or did I mishear that?
I don't know.
Oh, probably.
I don't think that high.
Don't want to come down and get a sonar target because we
30
think
something.
that's
There it
Hulk
is.
behind.
That was our
Yeah.
altitude.
So the top of Dante is basically 14, 15 meters above me, somewhere in there.
Oh,
Because Atalanta's Jake's just lowered Atalanta enough to pick it up on the sonar.
24 meters
Oh, okay.
tall.
Whoever has control over, probably Dan, the screen right in front of them. Do you need the sub-Atlantic GUI?
Huh?
Do you need the sub-Atlantic GUI? It's right in front of your.
Your PID controls.
Oh, sorry. No, I was.
Because we can see the history of.
Yeah, we're
There's other
coming
places
up and
to
down.
find that data too, Steve. if
Yeah,
you want.
our
I'll pull it
Grafano,
up.
but
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Grafano on our cheap
No,
side computers.
I did not need that.
Dan doesn't want it anyway. I don't think.
No, I was playing around with PID loops while we were waiting for Atalanta to move, but I lost interest. That's good.
There was something more interesting happening.
Well, it's easier to.
Yeah.
We're getting in
Probably.
close. You got to go manual here. Any autos will kill the biz.
Yeah.
One little tug on the tether and that's it.
Yeah, the auto has a little bit of a. We were using auto to get the reference temperature and at a CTD, and I know as soon as you went into auto, you develop a nice up and down motion.
Yeah.
It's small, it's not big, but it's
Push
always
in there a
correcting.
bit on it.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what he's tuning out.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's good, thanks. Hold that, I'll get closer.
So these are all highlights that we should be marking, I guess.
I'm taking photos.
Yeah.
But the
in
flange pool isn't in the photo.
You can take Zeus stills.
We can do that? Or like in post.
No, C-Log. That should take them. I think we strobe anyways, I'm not sure.
Where would you trigger those?
C-Log.
Okay, I don't know where's.
Data logger usually has that up. I think she was data logging at one point.
It was the operative.
Steph was.
Yeah, Steph just stepped out for 1 second.
Yep. That's the last thing I was doing before I fell asleep. Dive plans. They put you right to sleep.
Yeah, they'll do that.
I know we're going to
Push
do
in
this.
just a bit more, just to get rid of the jewelry at the top there.
It almost looks like there's two
Good,
levels
thanks.
there, right?
Atalanta's still moving, is it?
Yep.
Or is it? You want to pan right a little, or bring your head right a little with Atalanta?
Yep. Bringing the heading right.
Perfect. That helps Lynette keep track of where she is.
Good morning, everyone. How are we doing on this fine Wednesday?
Fantastic.
Is it Wednesday?
All day, my friend.
Just another day on the boat here.
Indeed.
I really lose track of days.
Yeah. Well,
We really need to bring some biologists that are into these vestimentiferan worms, because that would be a very fascinating thing if we were to sample some of these.
Sample wads of these.
Yeah, we have, but they're actually full of blood. They bleed all over the place. It's kind of quite an interesting thing. You don't expect to have these sort of very dead-looking animals, but they're not.
is it red blood?
Yeah, it looks just like looks like our blood, and as soon as it bleeds, of course, it's a lot of oxygen, so it's
Oh, yeah.
very red.
Oxygenated blood, yeah. It's because they're using hemoglobin, right? Just like we are.
What's that?
They're using hemoglobin, just like we are.
Yeah, some sort of, I don't know what the slight, I was going to say that and I realized I better not say that because I don't really know if they call it hemoglobin or not, but it's looks just like blood. I don't know what the difference is.
Does not taste like blood.
Thank you, Dan. That's an image
How
I'm
do
a
you
little
know,
afraid
Dan?
of.
You can't help but, you know, you're pulling wads of them out of a bio box and then you have a cigarette, you get a, or a snack.
Or you're a vampire in disguise and
Or you just,
feeding
you know,
on deep sea creatures.
you're working on the vehicle and you wipe your face, you get it. You wind up getting it. Just like, I don't know,
I think I had to clear some.
cut an orange and you wind up tasting it, right?
Has Atlantis settled out a little?
Everything tastes like sulfur down there, I tell you. My experience anyway.
I think we're still on the move.
My taste test.
Okay.
Radioactive sulfur.
Yeah, they are radioactive. Slightly, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Everything is here. We're connected to the,
That's
we're
why
the
we
closest
watch
to the
vehicle, too.
center of the Earth than we've ever been.
All that,
Center's coming to us, right?
Yeah, center's coming to us.
couldn't get all that soot off though. That,
Radioactive soot covering
Yeah.
the ROV.
Also a fair dose of arsenic and cyanide.
oh,
Yeah, all the good stuff.
I was, yeah.
I recommend not tasting it.
Yeah.
You got a lot longer to live than we do.
Yeah, I think I was clearing a wand tube. Remember the Ropos style long tube that goes to a gas tank that lives on the,
Yeah.
decide to blow on it or something.
Some stupid thing we shouldn't be doing.
No, definitely should not be doing that.
Don't do this at
Don't
home,
do this.
kids.
But it's definitely sulfur.
And what are we looking at right now, Steve? This is a flange pool?
Which camera?
The big main one, my friend.
Okay, so the Zeus is definitely looking at a multi-tiered flange pool.
And what's a flange pool?
It's just a pool of hot water interfaced with really cold water. So 300 degree water sitting on top of really cold 1.98 or so degree water, and since there's not much currents there, the two layers are not mixing together, and they're very distinct in density. One's very light, one's very heavy, so they stay apart, and that gives us a strong change in refractive index or admittance of light, and then basically that'll reflect, so it looks like a mirror. And it also causes a different a density difference that causes these small, if you have waves in it, you get these slow moving waves going through it. Anyways,
The ROVs.
that was the last question Yuko asked.
Well, you know, we are very close, but not yet telepathic, so I do appreciate that.
But I did it twice.
I might even ask you a third time, my friend. Stand by.
He had almost the same explanation.
My thesis defense, which was quite a while ago, basically somebody, I think one of my examiners had fallen asleep or something, which is like really discouraging. Or just gapped out or something. But he asked the exact same question as the guy before him asked.
Wow.
And it was just like, okay, what do you do? Do you correct? Say, look, buddy.
Well, like if you're an examiner and you have all these questions, and then you go in order, and the guy before you asks the same questions you were going to ask, I don't know, I think you got to go for it. Just ask him again.
You just asked him again, so I got to repeat the same answer.
You would ask it again in that position.
As opposed to saying, oh, he stole my questions and I have nothing further.
But more important,
I mean,
You got to drag it out.
No,
it's a
there was-
defense.
I feel like, wouldn't they like agree on some questions asked ahead of time?
I don't, you're not allowed to talk to them.
No,
Yeah, I
sorry.
can't find out.
Not you, of course. They're surprise questions for you, but I mean, maybe the examiners are like, hey, here's some questions.
Well, no,
I might fall asleep.
it was basically,
Okay,
what
you can go right there.
what does the examinee do? does he say, look, I already just answered that question, go back, or you just
No, you'd be passive about
look
it. Be like,
bewildered for a moment and then
as
repeat the
I
exact
just
answer?
said,
No, I didn't.
What did you say, Steve?
I just
did it again.
blindly answered the question. I would talk to myself, and you know, everybody else in the room
Did you get
saw the whole thing, right? It was
Just
just
like a
only
get
the
a
guys
reaction
that.
out of them?
What? I remember looking at my supervisor. It was just like, okay. William fell asleep.
Deja vu moment for everyone else. Wait a second. Didn't you just hear this answer?
Everyone went along with it.
Yeah, everyone went along with it.
Maybe a kindness to this man.
I passed.
It's all a charade.
You know, AJ, there's a part
Belittling.
of AGU where you can dance your thesis. I don't know if I'd want to do a thesis via charades.
Oh, that yeah, that'd be pretty good. I know that in the lab in which my wife got her PhD, they had defense parties. So after a student was successfully defending, we would then go to the supervisor's house and have a party, and they would always have to do an interpretive dance of their PhD.
Isn't there a YouTube channel that shows all those dances? I think there's a...
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what it's called. Probably Dance Your PhD or something.
Okay, so
Look, a crab.
we're static on Atalanta now.
All
And
right.
we are northwest of
So Steve, you want
the
to go up?
structure here.
Up and up?
I think we might as well, since we're halfway up, we saw something down below that could be sampled, so we might as well go up to the top.
Roger, coming up.
There's a very strong one that sort of comes off on, I think we're facing
southeast.
Southeast, so we're on the other side of where
Did you see the high-res Norbit bathy they put on here?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, eh?
Yeah. That's what twigged me to realize, wait a minute, that's why we missed.
That's why we missed it.
Yeah.
Because it's such a narrow gap between the two.
Yeah.
These giant flange pools are all, they seem like they're new.
I don't remember them being this big, but usually we climb on the other side, like the grotto side.
Yeah, we do.
So we're off, grotto is like to
my left, or no, sorry, to my right.
Is it to your right?
To my west. Yeah.
Yeah, behind you, kind of.
Yeah.
West of the ROV, yeah.
West, yeah.
Behind me, that is correct.
Not to your right?
To my right, direct right, with the view of the ROV is the IP. So if I turned right and burned, we would go back,
Sorry,
follow
what's the
cables.
Where's grotto from here?
Right behind.
You can see on this screen here.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
I was saying it's to our right, and right
It's
behind. So it's about
all the
right.
way
It's
around to the right. Yeah.
It's in, yeah.
So I think we're gonna get lost in the plume up here. I don't know. Don't come up a bit, Jake. Just
Sure.
Nice and easy.
Well, I think one of our main goals here is to make it, since it's really hard to get a sample, is to half the battle is to find a spot that's easy to sample.
Yeah.
There's a little ledge that you can, like this, if this is sampleable.
Yeah, look, that looks so small that you'll be reaming and...
Yeah. But it doesn't look like it would collapse if you reamed it.
I don't know, it's on top of Flangepole City.
You don't like sitting on that?
Yeah, you'll break it. Or you can break it. Or you break the top
So
ones.
let's see what we get here.
That's a really cool structure.
Yeah.
I gotta get this.
I think we sampled one on top of one of these spires or something last.
Were you, you're not taking images as we're coming
Actually,
up.
we didn't...
I am taking images, yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Every once in a while.
Oh, all right. You
There's a
don't have
good
the,
smoker.
Maybe we should snuggle in Tempo Mini right into there somewhere.
Man, this thing's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeps on going.
Let's see if I can come around out of the plume here. That's the way we want to go anyways, right? West? I mean east.
Eventually, yeah.
West.
West.
What about that spot?
Those are all good. I mean, it's not a great spot to sit, though.
No, yeah. It looks like it'll collapse if we touch it.
That one looks harder, doesn't it? I don't know.
It's on a bit of a spire, isn't it?
See, these guys here are fluff. You can see it's a beehive-y, kind of looks like
Yeah.
a morel.
But what about in behind it?
Yeah.
How can you tell, like...
Well, because you touched it before and it looked like that and it fluffed.
Okay, just experience.
And there's not a lot of
Poking around.
growth on it, I guess, which is maybe an indicator that
Yeah.
it's new.
Okay.
It's when we go see Sanya, that's a newly developing one. You sort of get you'll get an idea.
Oh, okay.
I think. Well, that's.
Is that south of here?
Yeah,
Okay.
Meth South.
Can push in a little bit there for me on it. That's good, thanks.
Look at that photo.
Weird
That's
little
so cool.
cone.
Yeah.
Looks like a castle.
Yeah. Looks like a scary castle.
Try the downlight streak, see if it blows it out.
So is this something we would consider for sampling, or we're just curious to see it?
Oh, we're looking for gas site locations.
I think this would be a hard process. This one.
Looks hot.
Yep. Here's a great shot here.
Yeah.
Take photo.
Do it. You can autofocus and then take photo.
So you can see how red they are now. The little flower, or whatever you want to call it.
The worms?
Which camera are you using there, Steve?
That's this lower cinema, wide field camera array lower.
I see, you're getting a special view, Steve.
What's that?
You're getting a special view.
The current is seems to be going to the off to my right there, so which is not north-south.
Video, is it possible to add the wide field camera to the quad?
It's not the wide. It's the
It's
cinematic.
wide field lower, yeah,
Wide field lower, pardon me.
or cinema.
Well, cinema. It's not.
They
it's
have it
definitely not
labeled
wide.
as lower.
Yeah.
No,
Thank you.
but wide field's the name of the array.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Cinema was the
There's a
other.
lot of names for these cameras.
Yeah.
They're basically upper and lower. Oh, I tried to simplify it. And
Yeah,
drop
I
all
think that's the best idea. Upper and lower.
Yeah, where is it on the ROV? Just like our lights, we have upper, lower, and down.
Yeah. Because it's a cinema camera. It's the Canon. I think it's a Canon, isn't it?
No, it's a Z-cam.
Z-Cam.
Yeah. Z-cam.
So,
6.
Thank
do we want to keep coming up looking for more spots?
Yeah, I was just walking around here, and okay, you can slowly go wide.
Well, so far I didn't see any that are really
Yeah,
easy to
video.
sample.
This
Except
one
for
looks
that
like
first
it would
one.
fall away from us if we touched it.
And there's no way to get so high up.
Well, there's still plenty more above us. Oh, look at that flange pool is huge.
Yeah, all of them are massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall them being this.
I don't either. It was like pretty rare to find a flange pole. Now they're just like dime a dozen.
Boring.
So many flange poles, so little time.
And good morning for those who are just joining us.
Oh yeah, what about here?
Some folks are curious what we're doing.
We're getting an overview here. And
That looks like money, Steve. Lots of smoke.
Yeah, you're sitting right on top of smoke. You'll probably.
Oops, sorry a minute.
But there's
Yeah,
a lot
there's
of
a smoker below you.
a lot of options there.
A lot of smoke.
So I have a structure right behind me now.
Yeah, that's
Hulk.
Hulk is behind me. I can see it in my tail. But we still haven't made it to the top.
Would you sit here?
Yeah,
So you can sit here, sample here.
maybe.
Steve? Sit here, sample here.
That might work, but having it down lower might help. I don't know if that helps you or not.
Yeah, it's kind of down
Dan?
slope. I don't know.
Lower.
I don't know that we've ever done a gas tank down slope.
Well, it's definitely sort of hard to get that angle with when they're up high. There's a lot of interesting arm twisting that I wouldn't want to do with my arm.
The Orion seems pretty long to get out far enough to do the actuation.
That's just basically the same length as the...
That's the top.
Can you turn the down lights off, please?
Yep.
We're at the top
Nice.
now.
Yeah, this is the
going
top.
up.
So that comes in at almost
23 meters.
23 meters. If the DVL's picking up the bottom, but Herc's
It's not.
probably over top of a structure.
we're at 2170,
Yeah,
let's say,
It's
almost.
better to go off 2173.
So you want me to record this?
Dante, 2173. We'll do some math for you, Steph. To get
Yeah.
your height.
Okay.
If we go back to the history of Herc depth.
It's like 2190, 2173. So that's only 18.
2187 was the lowest Herc has gone recently, but actually that might not be all the way.
I'd pick the lowest.
Yeah,
And
2187. I think when we touched bottom it was 2192 though, and then we came back up.
what did you climb? Why did you go up to 2165 back there?
Oh, to get the DVL sorted.
Okay.
So the most recent bottom was what?
21, what's that? 2192 minus 2173. 19 meters? That doesn't seem high enough.
Doesn't, because I was pinging 23 there.
That's right, yeah.
That's not DVL there. You might go off a depth. We didn't have DVL till we came back up and played around with it.
Yeah, it's probably the pressure comes from the CTD, doesn't it?
The depth is digicords.
Yep.
So what do you want me to record? What do you want me to record?
I don't know. Maybe just put the depth.
Okay.
2173.
Is that my tail I'm looking at you right now? I'd like a sample of this one, Steve.
Is that sarcasm?
No,
Oh, you sit right onto the right there.
a little landing
How do you
nub.
feel about that one? Very tippy
Yeah,
top.
that looks pretty good.
That looks great.
All right.
So you sit on that bush.
Oh, that's what we're kind of sinking. We're sinking about.
Yeah.
We're actually not sinking, we're floating. But,
well, that's definitely got, you know, a nice output.
yeah.
That'll fry. That'll fry a thermocouple.
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
Not jeopardized.
Not the GEM probe.
Say, not jeopardize it?
His name's not Jebediah, though.
No,
It's
but like
just Jeb.
jeopardize
Yeah.
it, but jeopardize it.
I always thought it would be Jebediah, but
So
it's not.
I sometimes call him Jebediah.
I do too. I can't help it. Just
move.
like Jebediah.
You want to move Atalanta back to the south a bit for me?
I thought you were using his
How
name
much are you
as a verb.
thinking? 10?
South
To
20.
jeopardize it?
20.
Yeah.
To jeopardize it?
Jeopardize it.
Yeah. Don't jeopardize the GEM
Okay.
probe.
Jump.
Put it back behind Hercules.
So
South
are we going to
20
try and land here?
We got to move Atalanta first.
Roger.
Back the way we came.
Well, I didn't know where this event was going to
Bridge
be.
nav. Can we have 20 meters south, please? Thank you.
While we're waiting, I'm going to back out of here and we'll come back here.
Yep.
Monica, are you on?
Okay, I don't think
You
you're
don't want
on.
to drape the
You're
tether
not
right over
speaking.
event?
No,
It's your, yeah, that, the one over.
I don't want to jeopardize my tether.
There you go.
I'm just quietly speaking to myself over here. It's a much better
That's-
solution. Good morning for those who are joining us. We are checking out Dante, which is one of the hydrothermal vents, and we were looking for and have now decided on a nice place to hopefully land and take a gas tight sample. And good morning to everybody who said good morning to me and to the crew. Good morning. And there's a great question about who writes the dive annotations for Ocean Networks Canada, and it's actually a whole bunch of people. So we've got our data logger. Data logger, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I'm Steph.
Are you sure? You asked us as a question. Are you Steph?
I'm Steph. Yeah.
Good. And you're doing the annotations?
Yes, I am. I'm also supported by my colleagues on shore, Damien and Ed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know science can do some annotations as well. So, for example, when Fabio was doing the dive, the vertical transect, I should say, he did some annotations as well.
Can I grab this?
Yeah, it's really nice for us when he
mine?
jumps on
That's
to
yours.
get the biology.
What kind of fish is that, Steve?
It's a chordate.
Thank you.
We have a very broad, but actually I don't know
That's
what
a
that
really cool fish.
It's one of those stand ones, isn't it? They stand on those bottom,
I missed it with my still.
yeah. Well,
I grabbed it in the highlight.
Nice.
Known among ROV pilots is a slipper-nosed straight pod fish. We just made that up because there was no scientists in the room at the time.
So that's actually a really great example relative to the question about who does the data logging. So when we run into something like that, figuratively, what we'll do is log that it is a chordate or a fish, something that will kind of hold the place in the log that it's there, and then we'll refer to an expert to get that updated so that the log is the most accurate. That does take some time because we do collect a bunch of logs. And it is sometimes hard to find the exact expert, but there is a whole team that does kind of updating and maintenance on the various data logs.
Yeah, and but I mean, for these expeditions, our focus is definitely more on operations. That's the really critical stuff we're trying to capture.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then that's the stuff that's happening now. That fish is now immortalized in film.
We did. Ed got a annotation for it.
Cool. What does Ed think it is?
A fish.
Thank you. So one of our viewers
We
said
got the best guy on the job.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb there. I'm pretty sure it was a fish.
So actually one of our viewers says it's an antimora. And antimora is a genus of morid cods, and I looked it up and it does look very, very similar to an antimora.
Thank you.
I'm no expert, but the antimora seems
Push
good.
in just a little bit for me.
Sounds like our viewer is, though.
Who's over
Probably.
there now? Ashley?
Yep.
Thanks, Ashley. Good morning.
And good morning to grade 7 in Norway. Broinsund. I hope that was close, and if it wasn't close, I hope it was really funny. Good morning, Norway.
What were you trying to say there, Monica?
A city in Norway.
Oh, okay.
B-R-O with a slash through it, N-N-O with a slash through it, Y-S-U-N-D. So I would say that is Broinsund. But I don't speak Dutch.
Didn't you say Norway?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Norwegian?
Oh,
Norwegian.
why
I don't-
would
no
you
wonder
insult
you-
the Norwegians
No
like that?
wonder I'm struggling. Jeez.
Oh, Norwegian, that I speak.
Now I know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, excuse me. I put the wrong emphasis on the syllable.
I took
I'd like-
a course. I learned Swedish for a semester when I did exchange there, and they had to teach you all the differences in like how to say O's and A's with all the slashes through them, and I could not tell the difference at all.
You don't remember anything?
No, we couldn't hear the sound.
Come
the
down
sound
a few
difference.
I can hear the sound difference.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
With
And
all
then
the
then
different.
you say it wrong, and
The
you're saying,
A
well,
with the circle over top of it, and they're like, no, that's not it. It's this. And I'm like, this is you guys. I'm lost.
How long
So
were you
there's-
there for? Sorry,
Semester. Yeah.
Nice.
nice set of hydrothermal venting sites off of the coast of Norway.
Did you ever have the pleasure of sampling there?
No. I did get to go to a meeting there,
Cool.
A what?
a meeting
Oh, a meeting.
of
In Norway?
hydrothermal vent. Yeah.
Nice.
What city?
Well, we flew into Bergen and then went up to Solstad.
Great city, Bergen.
Bergen?
Yeah.
Isn't it the rainiest city on the planet?
I don't know about that, but
Really?
it rains
Didn't
a lot.
rain when I was there.
Beautiful in the summer.
There you go.
Oh, sample size of 1. It's got to be true.
Myth busted.
It didn't rain once.
A
I
little
was.
bit in
Oh
there.
wait, it did rain once.
Danger zone.
That's a week too.
Google it.
Oh, right,
Rainiest
right. Yeah, it's because we're down low.
I came down quite a bit. Real close.
So our mystery fish could also be a leptodon.
It's,
In India. Yeah.
we're looking
never
at it,
mind.
right?
I guess I was wrong.
I wonder if there's like a list.
Does the iris on the mini Zeus work? Or is that still not?
Yeah, that works.
The viewers are curious, what languages are spoken in here? Does anybody have a second language?
Magyar.
Pardon me?
Magyar.
Magyar?
Magyar. So you can't pronounce that G-Y either.
What
Nope.
do you,
What is
language
that?
is that, Steve?
Yeah, what language is that? Where's that from? Where would we find it?
In Magyarország.
Thank you.
It's
Got that,
Hungarian.
Monica?
It's
What are you
more
saying?
commonly. it's kind of weird things where, you know,
How we
people
look
outside
at
of the country call the country so totally different, the language totally different. It's Hungary.
Oh.
it. Are we far enough south now?
I speak Spanish.
We
Oh,
haven't
very good.
completed that. I mean,
Olé.
we've completed the ship move, but I think
Hola, Steve.
Atalanta is still going to be swinging for a bit.
Roger. But I can start heading back to where we were.
I speak sarcasm and more often than I'd like, idiot.
Well, I heard you don't speak Dutch.
I don't. See, you know, I'm demonstrating my idiot speak.
It is 4:46 in the morning, so
You are too kind
I
to
think
me.
we
Thank
can
you.
cut ourselves a little slack.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look how rainy Bergen is.
Well, this could be. I imagine
Okay,
the
maybe
people.
not the most
The
rainy.
people in Holland are
But
probably
Montenegro's
well
much
up
rainier
now
than other
complaining about
places.
your not being able to speak Dutch.
2412. So there's a rainier place in Slovenia. And
Yeah, UK, that is not surprising.
but I mean, it's rainier than London and Liverpool and Glasgow and Edinburgh and Cardiff.
I can't believe you guys are talking about rain while we're looking at one of the most fantastic.
It's early. Is a problem. I'm gonna go down and hit up that that espresso machine.
Bring it back into the room, guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the secret.
We're definitely we're not the in the what is it called? The Life Aquatic. We're not the Jacques Cousteau style boat. We're the
I thought we weren't allowed to talk about that boat. Isn't there like a taboo on that?
Is it taboo?
Yeah, you're not allowed to say the LA words.
No?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just a rule, and you're a rule follower, so.
I was talking to someone about being on this boat, and that's what they referenced.
Yeah, obviously. Maybe Lynette can fill us in as to why we can't talk about that.
Because we talked about it too much.
Worried about where Atlanta is. She's not participating in your very annoying chatter.
Ouch.
Well, we've put up with a lot from the front rows here.
Don't hold back, Dad. Don't spare my feelings.
Oh, a seal.
All right, are we going back up to the smoker now?
We're trying, yeah.
All right.
Flying blind here, trying to keep track of where things are.
We did pick a complicated one right at the top, but that's good.
You love complicated.
Roger.
It's.
Do we need another 10 meters?
I said I wanted easy. I did, didn't I?
I didn't hear it.
We'll have to go back in the video.
We can go back to the first one we saw.
What are you thinking?
The little tiny one?
Down low.
Sorry,
We
wimpy.
made a mark.
But was it easy to get? I don't
Have
know.
a little look here.
I think it was easier.
I think they're set up for this, and then I'll have to move the ship again or whatever.
Well, no, it was on this side. I think when we first saw it, it was on the on the southwest side. So
I'm going to come back around and then come up over the top again. So.
Yes, for those people at home, it's maneuverability in short distances is not too bad, but if you have to move, we're basically moving two other vehicles with us. We're attached. It's kind of like, you know, walking two dogs.
Got all that smoke.
Yeah, so I think this is kind of where we were when we identified that site to sample.
I think you just have to get on the other side of the smoke to see the landing pad.
Yeah.
So now it's pretty clear we're getting a, this is a north current coming from the north, if we're going to use the smoke and atmospheric analogies, or a southerly current if we're going to use oceanographic.
Don't get me started on heading versus direction.
What about when you're heading in the right
I'm
direction?
going to have to put a turn in my tether.
Which way are you even going?
I'm going to come around through the smoke because I don't want to put a turn in my tether. You're going to go blind here for a minute.
Do you want to move Atalanta more over this way?
No, give me a minute here. I got to come around through the line on instruments here.
Getting Atalanta.
Yeah, Roger.
Some folks are wondering how our lovely banter is reaching them, and it is due to the satellite on the ship. Wondering if we're using that compared to Starlink, but we are using the ship's satellite.
Dish.
Satellite dish. Or did you want me to dish on the satellite? Like, oh man, that's a great satellite.
Yeah, I don't know which satellite it's going to.
Yeah, that didn't work.
I think it chooses. I don't know if it's a... Maybe we should take a sample of this. Skip this gas tight. How hard is it to reach the pulley things?
Niskins?
Yeah.
You want to take a Niskin here?
Not happening here, people. Stand by.
I don't think we'll get any. We're going side to... Well, we'll probably get something in it. But you probably don't want to have the arm out now. We've just made our...
Don't pull me.
Yeah. Waiting on the tether to come back down.
Roger.
It floated above Atalanta.
Roger.
So, was this our landing spot here?
It
Yeah.
was. Just,
You found it.
yeah, I had to. We want to be on the side with Atalanta behind us for obvious reasons. Okay, Jake, you can sort out your tether now.
Yeah, I'm coming down.
Or can, yeah. You happy there, tether?
Yeah. It had gotten caught in the brow.
Yeah, that was that sometimes. Go wide, please.
Alternatively, we could land here.
Stand by.
I think that looks fascinating too.
That there.
Yeah.
Make a good video. Good screensaver.
Yeah. And you could probably easily
Loop it.
loop it so that it doesn't look like it's...
Yeah, because it's cyclical. Like
Yeah,
you
it's
can
very
see
cyclical.
that.
And it also describes what
You look to your right
acoustic
a little.
inflation does for measuring bulk flow. Those structures actually, you can see it in the turbulence, and they just line them up. They're 5 meters higher. So the same
right
structure
there.
that they shoot through, they can see it and
Again.
I think
again and say, okay, that's moved up 5 meters in this many
Quite high.
seconds.
That might just quite high.
And that's how they get the
Right there.
flow out of
Over.
dams. So they,
Cool.
Let's move another 20 south. Back where we started from.
yeah, we did pick a good one.
Bridge nav.
So we've tried to sample this. Well, we have sampled it at least twice. I think it's this one now.
Can we have another
been here
20
before.
meters south, please? Thank you.
On downlight?
Using Niskins, and if you sit on top of it, as soon as you get on top of it to open the Niskins, you're basically flying up pretty quickly. There's quite a bit of flow there. And so
It's
probably...
an elevator.
Probably there's an inflow here that, well, you can see the little guy here. He's flowing towards that. They sort of bring them together.
When we have to recover the vehicles
Gonna
quickly, we take
back
the
away,
elevator.
come
Yeah.
around again.
Okay.
Just till we get Atalanta moved. So I can land there. It looks like ROVs have landed there before. But we got to move Atalanta back to the south because
Good point, Dan.
I have to
That
have
does
it.
look like that.
I have to have it behind me to, otherwise it'll be pulling us around the whole time and we'll never be stable enough for a,
Yeah.
to do gas tight. But while we're waiting for that, I'm happy to talk about Niskin if you want to.
It was just we're going right through that smoke. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what containers I have and stuff like that.
I can, happy to go back into the smoke and get a Niskin. So what we can do,
While we're
Steve,
waiting?
Yeah,
It's
gonna take a few minutes for Atlanta to move back to the south. So we can get all set up for Niskin, get on the ball, get ready to pull, then I can drift right into the smoke and black it out and pull the trigger.
I think that would be interesting. I'm sure I could convince Hannah, who I should have probably called to be on this, to take a look at that. So it's not a waste of. And we can take it, and we can all pass the ball around to sniff it.
If you want the, is that a go on that?
It's a go if it doesn't take up time.
It's going to take several, probably 10, 15 minutes to get Atlanta in a position.
Yeah, okay.
Are you full wide over there, are you?
Yep.
Roger. Go for number 6 since it's low and easy to see in the back. Remember we did this before, Steve, and we got drug off? When Ian was saying no science, and we got drug way to the south and took a Niskin while we were going through the, get drug around by Nautilus. Okay, you're not going to pull yet, right?'re just set to pull.
Is that the green one? What color
Set to pull.
6, yeah.
Roger. Okay, I'm going to see if I can do this.
That's a great shot there,
totally
too.
Lost.
Lynette, can we get a position here too when we take the sample?
We're not in position yet, so we're going
Yeah,
Probably
just
gonna
when we
float up,
trigger it.
so I'm gonna come up on the tether.
Did you get the down one?
I'm not going to
How do
float
you
up.
switch?
No, you can't take stills in the down one.
Oh,
Only photogrammetry.
okay.
So we'll see the Niskins in the port rail cam here. They should go totally black.
And you should fly up.
And I'm trying to hold my depth here.
Push.
ROV is like countering 100%. That does seem to be zinging me up. I'll come back down here. Get totally lost in the black.
There you go.
Happy with that?
Yep.
All
That's
right.
about 5 meters above our previous mark for the top of the vent.
Pull it.
Popped.
Roger.
Dan, does that, going into that warm fluid, does that change your buoyancy? Like, is it pushing on you to?
Oh yeah, it skyrocketed us up.
Thanks, Lynette.
You're welcome.
From, I don't know, you can look at the history on the Grafana there and see how far it.
Just the one we're taking, right?
Yeah, just the one Niskin, right, Steve?
Yeah, Niskin 6.
Yeah.
Great.
And for those who are just joining us, our objective is to take some gas tight samples at Dante hydrothermal vent.
You want to turn the downlights off?
Yep.
Oops.
This will probably be our dive all day. We're going to do some work with a tool basket later, but it's going to be a long dive, so probably today. And what do you think, KG? Maybe into a bit of tomorrow as well?
Ooh, yeah, definitely tomorrow.
Definitely tomorrow.
Full down, but I only got.
We got lots to do.
I'm gonna have to back away and come down now. It totally skyrocketed me up.
Fish.
No, you're
or
supposed
like
to
an
ask me
eel.
you're supposed to ask me what my card is first. Then you say go fish.
Is it? Thank God. I like that one, Monica.
Okay, try and get back to where we were here.
I updated the whiteboard, by the way.
There's Herc.
To say hi, Mom?
No, here we have a sample number.
That was me. I made it say hi, Mom.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if she'll see it.
Oh, hi, Mom. Oh, okay. I did not see that.
You're not my mother. It's okay.
It wasn't intended for you. Don't look.
Don't read my sign.
Sorry. Doesn't really look like hi, Mom, though. It looks like H:"Mom.
Well, technically Cassie was the one who penned it, so I will run that by her.
Next dive. H, Mom.
How's
instead
that?
of H2141.
H-Mom.
Steve,
Do you
did we
think
ever...
Atalanta's still moving, or do you think it's...
I think it's pretty darn close to
is where
its
it
final
is?
position, yeah.
Roger.
Pretty good. I think you should unplug your headset there, Steve, and that will probably help.
No, he's got it. It's right here. It's the last one. There you go. You did it.
Where's Trevor when you need him?
Okay. You happy with that
Oh,
Atlantis
I'm your mom now.
position? Both of you?
Yep.
Roger.
I'm your Nautilus mom.
Right behind. So we're gonna sit down.
Roger.
Sure.
Ease off on my sea bias a little and see which way we sit here. You want to extend over the porch?
Porch extendo. Thing's really smoking.
Yeah, it's a boomer.
AJ, you were here when they had the sticky gas type. I'm not sure if it triggered or not.
Yeah.
Any conclusions on if it was sticky, stuck, or
We won't know until it's processed in the lab.
Was
okay.
this like the one we triggered a couple days ago?
We can't find out if it's got a good sample until we see what comes out of it, and we can't release them on the ship.
I see. They're under quite a bit of pressure, right?
Yes, yeah.
So that would be downright explosive.
It could be explosive, yeah. In theory, if it's all incompressible water, it wouldn't really explode. But of course, if there's gas in there, then it would be somewhat explosive. There are engineered and rated pressure vessels, so we're all very safe.
Oh, I wasn't really concerned. It was just more thinking about the logistics of triggering.
Yeah, I'd love to see the lab setup. I actually don't know what it looks like, but I imagine it's a chamber, a reinforced chamber. It has to be chemically inert.
No, it's a big wall of very scary looking plumbing.
Jeez.
What was that, Jake?
At high pressure?
Look at all that the dust.
Tell us what you know, Dan.
Stand by, I'm trying to land on a marble here. Top of a smoker. So we are literally balanced on a marble. I'm just going to put a little ahead. We have our porch just on that little nub there. Oh, come on. And
so we'll have to do
thrusters
the temp probe. So I'm going to move over to the other table.
Roger. So both thrusters are thrusting ahead a little bit, 8%. Got about 50% down at 80% joy gain. So I think what I'm trying to say is we're perched on top of the structure pretty good. I'm gonna, before we touch anything, we'll get some video. You can go ahead and turn the downlights on.
Downlight going on.
Maybe. And you can, we'll zoom in there and we'll get a quick shot of it before we, maybe we don't want the downlights on.
Coming off.
Yeah. You got a picture of it or a video of it, do you there?
I've taken a highlight.
Roger. They, I usually get in trouble if I don't do a pre-sample shot. It's kind of our standard.
Oh, there it is. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep. It's a little you're a little quiet though, AJ. I don't know if you can turn yourself up a bit.
What about now?
That was
Great.
a test. It's still pretty quiet.
Still quiet?
I got you loud and clear.
Yeah, I got you at loud.
Oh my God, Dan, you're so loud.
Which table is that? Is that
Oh,
table 1 or 2?
Table 1.
Yeah,
I'll
sorry.
turn you up a bit, but just want to make sure I hear those temperature readings.
What are you doing with the cinema camera back there? You got it set on green?
This is what happens when you put Steve in charge for 1 minute.
Come on, Haley, get with the
He
program.
doesn't have his comms on either, so he can't
Steve.
hear us.
Should take a picture of that, send it to Jonathan,
I'll
say,
go ahead
this
and
is
go
what
for it.
happens when you give the back row control.
I
I
had
don't know
that
about
thing so
back
nicely
row.
balanced.
We're not all controlling it.
Hit it, take a picture of it.
Yeah, we're on halt now.
What are you doing with the cinema camera there, Steve? You
I'm
got
just
the
trying
green
to
lasers
I'm
on?
going.
You have to
Just
push the,
checking the
if you
range.
push the button, that's how then it'll take. So turn the dial, then
So I
push
go
the
to
dial.
100 this way,
There you
you
go.
get that. And you go 100 this way.
100?
get
That's
that.
crazy.
He's just bounding the problem.
Yeah. I'm finally trying to figure out how to work this stupid camera.
You'll get it
not
someday.
succeeding. Okay, I'll
Remember
go
when
for
Brian was back there? He was talking, his wife was about to get her PhD. Or no, I think she had her PhD and he was going to get his PhD. They were concerned after both of them had their PhD, they wouldn't be able to do their laundry. Teasing you, Steve. Teasing you.
check this out.
That's the BBC effect there. But.
Ooh,
That's my
mood
laundry.
Okay. Cameras and laundry aside, and Dr. Mahaley back there is getting the camera sorted out. We have a temp probe that we've slightly modified, and I think that's our first order of operations after we've gotten the beautiful video here. Is
That's
that correct?
Yep. So I've got the temp probe reading.
Roger.
So whenever you're ready.
The jump probe.
I think we're ready. You good, Steve?
You started it, AJ?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. We can...
Just ignore the cinema cam for a while until
Steph, once we get it near the vent, I'll tell you the ambient, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
If it makes you feel any better, Steve, I had to text the author and like, how do you work this thing? It's not working. And I had to muck around with it for half an hour.
It's a good thing I got us still in there before we left Steve in charge.
We can go wide now. I'm going to put the camera on the temp probe that's hopefully cleverly rigged on the front of the vehicle so Jake can pick it up.
Hey, Lynette. Can we also get a position of a sampling spot? I don't know if we're going to move any closer to it.
No, we're planning on sticking.
Yeah. Do you just want a position right now, since
Sure.
we're going to be hanging out here?
I'll use these for the gas tights too, or the one gas tight.
I'll turn on, the downlights are coming on, Ashley.
Oh, you ruined everything.
Now you know what the video engineers deal with, and why Ed is reluctant to have that camera control over at the video.
You're welcome.
Well, yeah, because Ed's worked with us before, so he knows what he's in for.
Well, it would be, we would sacrifice, straining those resources. The concern was we wouldn't have the beautiful, perfect video that we do with Zeus all the time, because it would be trying to do too many things. At the time, I didn't necessarily agree with him, but I see why now.
Hey, am I a good example of bad camera control?
No, it just one.
It's
it would
looking
be
a little blue there, my friend.
It would be a lot for one person to be trying to, white balance and exposure control and focus 3 different cameras. It's challenging just to do one.
Where's the automatic switch?
If you press down the focus button, it'll autofocus, but you have to keep it held.
I think you're going to want to be, before you commit there, you're going to want to, I don't know if you can. Seem to be.
Arm is really shaking there.
Yeah, I can turn the ground fault stuff off. Can I?
Steve, just to confirm, the Niskin was for hydrothermal particle scavenging sampling?
Give me a second, Jake. I gotta find it.
It's it's like intermittent, so it's off. It's not happening anymore.
No, it was just.
I don't want that to happen while we're taking a sample.
All right.
Well, it's always, scavenging is always happening, so all that stuff is kind of recorded. That was just we had a chance to do it. I took it.
Opportunistic.
I'll bring it home.
This guy.
We'll sniff it, and I'll hand it over to Hannah. And
what's Hannah going to do with it?
She'll probably, throw it out.
Okay, so glad we did it.
What a nice overview for
No, I know what you're saying. Grab it like.
I don't know.
I think so, because then any moves you make on your wrist, like if you're holding it like this, it's going to be, it's like a meter long. Wham, wham.
She might have an opportunity to use it for something, but it's not guaranteed.
I don't know if I'll be able to grab it like
That's why I don't want to waste any time
maybe
doing it.
More in the bank that way. This time I'll give you a zoom me out here.
If not, I can write to colleagues in Calgary that we're doing it for. I can't even remember what they're doing it for. But it's definitely near vent plume. Don't have to do anything with the sample, just grab the sample. Yeah, but that might be the better sort end placement of that sample.
The temp probe is heating up. All right, Steph, ambient temperature from the temp probe is 2.3 degrees Celsius.
Thank you,
If you hold that, Jake,
That's the corrected temperature, the second temperature? They're both the same?
They're both 2.3, yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to read from
Do you want me to read base and tip, or should I just do tip?
So, just do tip.
Okay. Question for you guys before we get close to this thing. Do we have to do the super slow in thing like we do with the bars?
No.
Roger.
No, shouldn't be able to.
There's
but
no
I don't know. We
ceramic.
melted the last one, which is kind of weird. But
yeah, the reason we do that is to heat the ceramic slowly so it doesn't crack. There's no ceramic on this.
Roger. I think you can reach. It's like half a meter long.
So this is just straight ahead thermocouple for all people on shore that know about thermocouples.
Bungee is, I think, the problem.
Yeah.
What's that?
The bungee is full bunch.
We got more bunch.
Full bunch.
Oh, there it is. You touched it.
You can definitely reach. Okay.
Full bunch. All right, Steph, you ready?
I guess.
Other way,
They're
Jake.
going to
Other way.
come every 20 seconds.
Once we put it in there?
Yeah,
Well,
something like that.
Okay.
Hey, AJ, you're going to start reading them off once it's in the event?
Yeah, I was going to start
This thing
reading
is
them once I
very
see a
long.
change, but I
What's
just
that?
touched
I said
it,
this
so
thing
never
is
mind.
very long. So good.
Well, we'll zoom in a bit now.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
No
Ashley.
perspective
Zoom in a
there.
bit. Yeah. I can try and give you some. Well, you got
I guess we got
perspective.
this in
Yeah.
a stereo
So stand
cam.
by. I'll zoom
Upper
in on
cam.
that as well. Doesn't get much better perspective than that.
No.
Give you a third one if you want.
Ooh, bubble for the win.
So, Steph, I'll start reading them once I see a change from ambient. How's that?
Okay, yeah.
So again, we want to be in
All
front.
right.
So I'd
Change from ambient, 36.3
pick the
degrees
one in
Celsius.
The one in front.
yeah. Back towards us. That guy right there. Now slowly go away until you touch.
25.7 degrees Celsius.
Okay, hold that, Jake.
Holding.
Zoom in for us, please. A little more. Keep going.
2.8 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
Sorry,
Now you
AJ,
wanna-
can you repeat that?
2.8.
You're in a sweet spot there to go back
2.8.
and get your tip
Got
in.
it.
You'll see the, yeah, right there.
Holding there.
117.4.
That's crazy. That was like
17.
an inch.
Maybe just a touch to the right. You see the, yeah, you see the vent fluid kind of waft around it, and you know you're in it.
313.5.
313.5?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. That's hot.
So is this the hole we're thinking of trying to get into?
This is a nice one for us, Steve. It's right there where we can see it in the front.
329.1.
329.1. Got it.
There's a, so are you happy with your readings there, Steve?
We'll wait for the next one.
322.8.
322.8.
One more, just to see if it goes up at all.
It's about what we got on the last time we cooked the temp probe was what, 320, 330?
340.
340.
And then it flat.
333.4.
Yeah, but this guy's
333.4.
333.
Yeah.
So keep on going then. I thought the 322 was low. If Grotto is like 342 or something like that, and this probe was in there.
336.3.
336.3.
Now what is this temp probe, what's the purpose of this temperature measurement, Steve?
We're just trying to see if things are, you basically use the two measurements, you get the gas type.
337.0.
You know the temperature,
337.0.
you presume the temperature is what it is, like all the way through the, before it mixes with seawater. So
Right.
you get that number, and the using the other values that you can find out from the
336.8.
fluids, you can decide where or how hot it was when it was starting heading up, based on, again, these phase diagrams that show separation between brine and vapor
336.0.
conditions, and you have different sort of
336.0.
So we've steadied out here between
I would say we're good
336 and
now.
337.
Yeah.
So you're happy?
Yep.
All right.
337 is what I...
Okay, you can
That was our peak.
go wide for us, Ashley.
Do we know what the black is that causes this smoker effect?
It's basically, there's a number,
Okay, you can stow it. Jake.
quite a few chemical reactions. I don't know which particular one.
Nicely done. Don't hit that beehive on the way
You're
out.
basically getting this clear fluid that's hitting oxygen.
Try not to hit anything.
Are you all the way wide, Ashley?
We're down to 17.5.
Yeah, we're out now.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the ambient water, it has no oxygen before that, and then these chemical reactions start
I'm
happening.
going to stop reading there, Steph.
And you're basically producing
I got the
particles,
last one.
So how do we
all kinds of, you know, it's like a
You just want to
major
let it come back in
chemical
on
reactor.
the bungee.
And for some reason, that tends to
And,
look black. I'm not
Okay.
sure what the pigmentation, whether we just can't see
it
through
may or
it,
may not stay
or
in the tray.
it's just like blocking, you know, your visibility. You're basically getting, but it's evolving quite rapidly. Like,
Okay, we'll try
I
and set
presume
it in
this
the tray.
stuff,
It should stay.
even within our view here, at the bottom is different than when at the top of the camera view.
Very successful deployment of the jump probe. Thank you guys
Yeah.
for being careful.
Yeah, it's a good jump.
Shout out to
jumper at
Jeb.
your reading.
Huge shout out to Jebediah D.
So in
no-
theory, if
no
you
meltdown.
just touch the aluminum and relax your jaws,
That wasn't so terrible to annotate either.
Team effort.
beautiful. Nice stowage.
Thank you for your kind words in the chat and the questions.
Oh, wait, now we gotta grab the...
When we have a little bit more of
hold
a
on a
quiet
second.
moment, I will
Yep,
answer.
it's holding.
I want to, okay, I'm still extended out. Can you just do a quick zoom for us, Ashley? So we have all these beehives right below us.
Yeah.
Is that full zoom, is it?
All the way in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jagged one.
Yeah, those are going to be super, super friable. So we touch those with a manipulator, they're going to come up and kill the biz. Can't get a good shot of them right now because we're trying to look through shimmering water. But okay, you can go wide. So a bunch of them right below. That whole thing is like super, super. You just touch one bit of it, and the whole thing's gonna.
And we're gonna shovel bars into it?
We're gonna try not to touch it. We'll stay above it.
Okay.
So Dan, I'm going to build on your comment because there's a great question here. Are these structures solid or are they ready to fall over if sea pig farts on it? Which again, that's a great way to phrase it. But yeah, they're very, very fragile. The reference to beehive is like a very fragile, thin structure. If those survive and are maintained, then they build up more rock and sediment and other minerals around them and they start to get
We'll
more
have to-
solid.
Let me bump out just a bit, Jake, and then we'll have to pull that. You should fall down a little. You have to pull the trigger guard.
All right, pop it out.
The small black structure
I did.
in the
Alright.
near field picture, or the cinema cam, looks like a little garden gnome hat. I think
Are
that
we,
one is extremely fragile.
Are you full wide?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ashley?
I can't, there doesn't seem to be any
Is the
red
camera
in
rack
this.
back?
You want
Really
bubble on
hard
it
to
too?
pull out red in the cinema cam. I don't know why.
Video might need to adjust that. You've got a real green going on there, my friend.
Well, there's no red. It's got blue and green.
Huh.
It's forgot the, it's not, it's just GB, not RGB.
Should talk to the manufacturer about that. She, by the way, just landed in Bermuda.
So you can't get any,
Rachel is
no matter what I do.
supporting us
Yeah.
while she's flying in an airplane between two other jobs. Okay, let me
It's
retract
a bit
the
tough
board
to get
sheet.
red in there.
Was
Her- is just going to grab a gas tight, and so folks are wondering what that final temperature reading was, and it was 337
I've got a pen. You should be able to yank it.
degrees Celsius.
Yep.
So 337.
Okay, I'm gonna box. I'm gonna box out. Okay.
Okay.
Forward box.
And there's a great question here about if we ever knock
Iris
over
down just a bit for us, Ashley.
knock over the vents, and if we get into trouble. I had an ROV pilot in the years before Dan tell me that they used to come down here, knock them down to see them regrow. But now that this is a marine protected area, we really don't do that. We also don't want to damage Herc. And so knocking one over would be a big, big oopsie.
But it does happen. They are.
They are very fragile.
Which gas tight is this? Black?
Sometimes they're fragile, sometimes they're not.
Looks
it's
like
really
it. That's the
hard
one we
to.
just removed.
Yeah,
that,
we're going for
yeah.
black.
It's like a little O-ring.
Yeah,
protector.
do you know what color black is? Can you bring up the spreadsheet?
Yeah, I do.
Sorry, Jake.
Like which serial number is it?
sorry,
Oh,
yeah.
it was,
Right
black
where you wanna be.
is 5.
5.
Yeah,
Okay.
81892. It's device
Yeah.
ID if you want it.
Yeah, we
you
had
can.
to
Here, let me.
chainsaw one
HDL.
down.
You
At
can
Mothra.
bump it a little so you can see the rest of the T-handle, like the one on the right.
Sorry, Steve, did you say you knocked one down at Mothra?
No, you
Yeah,
wouldn't be
that's
able
what
to
you
knock
wanna
it
see.
down.
Ah.
You chainsawed it.
I see.
It's in the Smithsonian, isn't it?
I said that before, but I since found out it's in the Natural Science Museum. Anyways, it's in
Ah.
Washington. It's
It's
there
in
with-
Washington.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a great video on the whole
Process,
You
yeah.
all look so young back then.
Yep.
Dr. Fisher and Dr. Delaney and
Yeah,
Ropos kids when they were kids. You don't quite have
two-ship operation, wasn't it? Tully and Thompson.
Tolley and Thompson. Your jaws aren't quite, yeah.
Oh. That's going to make it difficult.
Yeah, I think you can still get it. Or you can just push it back down. Just trying to fall in the box. I can try boxing close, so we'll push it back out.
All right.
Let me retract. Someday somebody's going to engineer a proper holder for these things. Not today. I've tried several over the years and yet to come up with a clever one.
Such an unusual shape for a sampler.
It is. They're very unwieldy.
Steve,
Maybe try and get your jaw on it there.
are these ever used on land? Is a gas tight sampler strictly water-based?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. I like that you both nodded and then realized that the viewers can't hear nodding and said, yep.
Inland, it's just a
Pardon me?
Yeah.
I see.
We were doing that back and forth earlier. Just, yeah, go for it. You've got this one.
Oh, that's a grab.
We both agree. There's not going to be a fight.
Maybe a little more throat. Yeah, grab her there. Okay, I'm going to box out just a bit.
I see. The main
Slower
reason why
one.
gas tights are how they are is so that they can
Ready?
Ready?
hold the sample at the pressure in which it's taken.
Right.
So
to chase
if
it
it was
out
on
a little
land,
when I-
then there
Yep,
would be no
box
need
out.
for high pressure resistance, and then you could use something like a Niskin, for example, which
A land Niskin?
a land Niskin.
Oh,
What do we caught on here?
you're looking at me
Also
with
called
a
as a jug.
Or like a jar,
a
a
jar.
jar.
You want to
or like anything.
swing right
Sample
it
the
a
air.
little
I don't
bit.
know what they use for air samples.
A Ziploc bag?
Probably like filters, right? They probably like suck air through like a filter and then
I don't know.
analyze the filter. Which is like something that we did on Herc before, didn't we? We had filters and we'd fly through the vent plume.
Yep. And the RAS PPS, the PPS is basically, it stands for phytoplankton sampler, and it's just a filter. So we put the
A
right
series
size
of
filter.
filters.
Oh, just, yeah,
Up
24.
Just a bit,
but
I'll close
they're
the
like,
box.
again, a carousel. That,
Ready?
Ready?
that
Close it.
breaks all the time.
Watch out for the knife.
Let's not say all the time. Let's say
Okay,
a few
I'm going to
times.
extend the camera now.
Roger.
It's
It
tough
just so
on thing.
happens that it's only been deployed a few times.
And if you're happy to swing around, I'm going to zoom in on the upper camera again.
It's tricky to put stuff down, 3,500 PSI, 2 degrees water temperature, lots of
300 degrees
particles
water
flying
temperature
around.
in places.
I think you're going to want to be
Is that
right
pointy
into
stick like a
down on
proboscis?
your shoulder a little.
A what now?
Otherwise, it'll come off the shoulder
stick.
there. And
Is that a
can you guys
proboscis?
stand by on the chatter, please? We're
Sure.
trying to communicate up here. It's really tough trying to walk over you. Where was I? I'll
Coming
zoom
down on
out.
the shoulder.
Yeah, roger. One wrong move here, and we trashed the sample. Yep, down on the shoulder a bit more. And yeah, that's in what we call the sweet spot on the manipulator. So maybe a bit left on the wrist too. Get the, you know what I'm talking about. One more touch. Okay. Now you want to line it up with your, exactly how you did with the temp probe.
Yep. You get a little bit of zoom there.
Yeah. Zoom in on this guy and we'll get the other camera on it too again. Okay, you ready for more zoom?
Yep,
I'm
ready
not
for my
sure
zoom.
where you are. Go ahead, Ashley. You can push right in on it and I'll center the camera up for him.
I think you're in the vent right now, like
No.
you're in the flow.
I don't know yet. Maybe play with the iris a bit. You're close. Same as before. If you go in from this side, yeah. So I can see there that he's it's just breaking away a bit.
Yeah, downwards, a lot of it, it seems to be easier to do them when they're slightly lower than to the ROV.
That right there is the manip in the sweetest spot it could possibly be. We can push it down in there a bit if you want.
Yep.
Yeah, Steve, let him know if you want it deeper.
Go down. We can't go wrong by if.
Well, you can break it open.
Yeah, we don't want to break it open. But that black is like super friable. We always break it open.
Yeah, you want to get in.
It's blowing now, though.
That's
Can
what
you
you
go a
want.
little further away, maybe?
Oh, get her right in there.
I'd say he's in there. Maybe back to the right, just
Yeah,
a touch
just
with your pitch. And like Flynn,
Can't even see it.
yeah.
You want to push your luck, or are you happy with that?
Yeah, if you when you push the trigger, you'll go even better probably rather than, I don't think you'll go out the back of that. There's no back.
Looks pretty deep. Yeah, so are we good to go with the Orion here, Steve?
Yep.
All
Okay,
right.
here we
Look
go.
at the pieces blown up.
Let's take a photo of our
I'm
position.
going to zoom out on the upper camera. We'll leave that one zoomed in for now.
Ka-chink.
We might have to do some baby repositions again. So.
Yep.
I gotta turn that valve back on, do I?
It's on.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was just pushing the wrong button.
Wrong button.
Just gonna check my, as Danny calls them, prop bars. Start out slow. Okay, video, you want to go just a little bit wide for us there? Maybe a little more. I gotta get the overall to get close here. Well, that's working great today. You can go full wide there for a minute, just so I can stay oriented here with the two cameras. Thanks. Wow, that's fast now. What are we, 0 or 1? That's 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a bit fast now. Okay, elbow or shoulder down. Can't really tell exactly where it is until I touch, right?
Yep. Kind of see it in there. Got any zoom on upper?
Yeah, I do. Good idea. They look light years apart, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, underneath it.
I reckon. Now I know where I am. Okay, Ashley, you can zoom in there for me. Yeah, you can push in a little more. Yep, a little more. Trying to see the tip there, see if we're still in the neighborhood. That's good, thanks.
should do it.
Monica, can you take a highlight there on the Zeus cam?
How do you feel about, well, let me try and do a little close. How do you feel about doing that?
Oh.
Okay.
Now I know how I feel.
Roger.
Please don't take the sample there.
Roger. Get
We
out of
gotta
here.
get back into bed.
Want me to maneuver it?
Yeah, you can. You'll have to go wide just a little bit.
Kind of wedged in there.
Let me get out of there.
Unfortunate sizing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get out of there.
Yep. Holding.
Okay, you can go back in.
Say it's in there.
If you pitch down a little, does it go down in more? I can't tell. You're not in. I can tell now you're not in.
Yeah, if you like tuck it behind that ledge on the right.
Yeah, I reckon.
I said behind.
I think he's behind it.
Yeah, now he is, yeah.
Will it go down in a little more?
Try.
Does it feel like you're touching?
I think that looks pretty good. Oh. Now you're way down here.
Keeps poking through.
Yeah, doesn't take much. You can see just as it goes into the smoke. It's a big hole, so it should fall down in there.
Can you rotate counterclockwise? Just true.
Yeah, the wrist is difficult to do a tiny move with it. You could come out and do a touch counterclockwise if you wanted.
I just scoot a little bit.
Do you think the bottle is hitting the top of the net?
Hard to say.
I'd say it's in there.
I'd say it's in there. But come up a bit and then do a little touch counterclockwise. I see what Lynette's on about. Come out where we can see it and then just a touch counterclockwise. Maybe a little more. Yeah, that's... You could do one more if you want it. Match the angle of the dangle of the vent. You could also pitch down a little bit. Your pitch is locked up.
Yeah.
That feels pretty good.
It does.
I feel like you got a lot deeper without crumbling.
Okay, you can go wide again.
Steve, you good with that? I think it's way in there.
Yep. It's pretty hard to go out of the back of this one.
We hope.
So if you don't see the nozzle, I presume it must be in there.
Okay, Ashley, if you zoom in again for me. That's good there. Oops, wrong button. Don't want to go there. Put a bigger target on these things for our snaggle teeth here.
Want to close your jaws? Give it a push?
Yeah, as soon as I get on it. Trying to hit a socket head cap screw with a snaggletooth tiger. Okay. Ready?
Is it in there? See that? Is that the?
Ready when you are.
Can see it now.
Yeah, you can see it now.
Is that in there good enough?
This is it here?
I think so.
I don't know, Steve, you want a little deeper?
It seems like it. Did it come back out? It doesn't look right.
No,
I don't
we
know. I
just-
think the wall just fell away a little.
Yeah, we knocked some of the walls away. It's going to go in further when I push on it here.
Yeah, I think every time we keep trying to get more, we're just going to knock the wall. That looks pretty good to me.
I'd say it's in there. You can see the fluid flowing around it, right?
Yep.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. I saw the piston move.
No, it's really in there.
Don't press it any further.
Roger.
Trigger?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. There's no point in us hitting it again, is there?
Is
You
there
want
some
to zoom
indication?
in on? Yeah, we'll show you right
The
now.
O-ring
See the
slides
O-ring
up.
there?
Oh, okay.
All
Of
right,
course,
yeah.
now it's an event
I
fluid,
think
but
that's our sample.
Yep.
so the O-ring slides back the shaft. When the shaft pushes in, it pushes the O-ring back, which you can't really see right now, but everyone happy?
Yeah, great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a quick shot at the nozzle to prove that we were in there.
Roger. I'll have to wait for the vent fluid to cooperate. You can get a pretty good shot in the cinema camera there if you haven't. Let's see if they...
Yeah, we'll take one. A bit of a before and after photo lapse there.
Yeah. Get it?
Yep.
You can see it come out. Beauty. Okay, you can go wide, thanks. Now, what am I doing with this thing?
Putting it back in the box.
In the front box?
What about the side bio box?
We're going to need larval traps at the end.
Yeah, but we're going to be in tool basket land by then, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess you can pull, if you can pull them out of the bio box, then that's fine.
Yeah, totally.
Do they not sit nice if you just put it over the ledge in the front box?
No. And wind up tangled up with the other one and
Okay,
getting
sure.
back in there. And yeah, it's more risky.
Get them out of here.
Okay.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, let me switch.
So we'll make our way to Hulk now?
Yep. We're about the right height. We can start at the top.
Hotel. Camera. What am I doing here, Dick? Doing this.
Yeah, swapping those.
Unless we want to do North Tower.
Starboard box open.
I thought you didn't want to do North Tower because it's the same as Grotto.
Do you want them on
Well,
the
that's
big
what I'm
screen, or
guessing.
are you
They
happy
call
with that?
it's really
I'm happy.
Grotto's North Tower.
What's
So
I'm happy with that.
These versus then this.
While
this
we're
and
doing that,
yeah,
give me a full zoom in.
I think we will. Yeah, just do Hulk.
Oh, that's probably good there. Can try and zoom in on the. Try and focus in on that guy. Good luck with that. It's constantly changing. A post sample shot.
Totally
It's
good.
just. That looks good. Bombs away. You can see it just ripping out of that vent, Steve, and see where we just touched it and broke away the super thin wall.
I can draw right
Starboard
there.
box.
It's funny. The one up front here, it's really clear. So it's either been mixed earlier or very hot. I imagine it's been mixed earlier, like down lower.
Like there's some kind of inflow there that's mixing with it.
Right. And it's, or way down.
Or here. Like it's sucking in there.
Never did work out what causes the kind of beehives to those structures to form like that, as opposed to the back where it's just gushing out. It mixes down lower somehow and cool.
I think you nailed it. I think they're mixing down lower, and it's different material, and it's basically the start. So you build this chimney up, and you line it all the way up. So there's no way for it to get fresh water. Well, I mean, ambient water into it, and then you start building the harder stuff. So that's hard too. I mean, it's not going to fall over.
Yep.
We want to make our way to that tower to the northeast of the one we're on. That's Hulk. So I don't know, you and ROV can figure out how you want to get Atalanta around there. I mean, we're up at the top of Dante, so we could go up and over if you're comfortable coming.
Okay.
But Hulk is taller, so we'd have to come up higher if you wanted to go up and over. We don't know which side of it we're going to want to take a gas tight sample. We're going to want to kind of do an inspection.
Roger. All right, what are you thinking, Dan? Do you want to try to just come up a little bit and go this way? This is where we're going next.
I don't know.
Or would you rather come over and over?
I think if you move that 20 meters back to the north, because we know we've moved north and south here for like 40 meters.
Yeah.
So if we put Atalanta up here again, 40 meter or 20 meters north, then I can get there and
okay, and then we'll figure it
see
out
which
from
way
there.
the wind's blowing. Yeah.
Okay.
because that way we'll be able to maintain visibility on Herc and the tether the whole time. If we go right through, I won't be able to see the tether. Atalanta will be like totally blind.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, is the tether essentially going to go straight over it?
No, I'll come around how we did before.
You're going to come this way?
Yep.
Roger. Okay.
So yeah,
20 meters north.
Yeah, 20 north. We've done that before. We know we're good there.
Bridge nav. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Can we have 20 meters north, please? Thank you.
Are you full zoom there, are you? It's a beautiful shot.
These like smooth black structures look so cool.
Yeah, it does. But they're so like, even the thruster wash will blow like that whole black thing off of there.
Fragile.
Yeah, and then as soon as it goes off there, it all goes up, and it's like you get all in here and think you're getting a good shot, and you like one backwards. They try and suck you in, so the tendency is to pull back, and just the thruster wash will just. They can be that fragile. They'll like 4 or 5 of them will tip over.
Sooty or something. Yeah. It's weird. Interesting.
Gonna zoom out on upper.
Oh wait, there it's better.
Getting out of here can be interesting too, because as soon as I lift off, it wants to pull me in, and you tend to pull back, and then the biz is gone.
Why is that? Why does it want to pull you in?
I don't know, maybe the Venturi.
It's like a crazy
warm water
density thing.
Yeah, all that water gushing up. I don't know. I know they do suck you in. There's kind of a boundary where you can get close enough to get some cool video, but then you get greedy and get too close, and it pulls the vehicle in, and then you pull back and shot's gone.
Dan?
Yep.
There's a couple of viewers wondering why Orion's hand looks rusty. What's with that?
We think the hydrothermal vent fluid is caustic. There's a lot of corrosives in there. And those are cast stainless steel, so there's maybe some impurities in the cast stainless steel.
I see.
Yeah, I gotta send a note to the manufacturer about that.
I see. You think that's under warranty?
Absolutely under warranty. But I don't know if warranty includes putting your manipulator in a hydrothermal vent.
Yeah, let's read the fine print for that one.
You know, it's like, this product does not work if you put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ashley, if you go wide for me there, well, it's funny how the current just changed enough there. We had a clear shot, now we don't. I'm going to pull the camera back, because when I get out of here, it could be messy. Hopefully not, but you never know. You get a good sense of what we're landed on there under the porch. That's the only thing touching on the vehicle. Part of the reason we were being so crazy delicate there, because it would be really easy to push the vehicle off of where it is. Okay. You want to tilt down just a bit on Atalanta, Jake?
Yep.
Get a chance.